We'll begin the Compassion and Connection Meditation series at 9 o'clock. Just waiting a couple more minutes. Welcome to today's session on compassion in Georgia Core's Compassion and Connection Meditation Series. I'm Nancy Paris, and I'm just so pleased to be with you and to share this experience. Usually, I say a few words of congratulations to you for setting aside 20 minutes for yourself. I'd like to echo that sentiment today, but also to tell you how much I appreciate the opportunity to learn through this process and also to grow in my meditation practice. It helps very much to know that you're out there and to hear your feedback and to have your support as Georgia Core reaches into a new area of our work and service for the cancer care community. So thank you. You're joining us on Facebook Live, again, which is very new and exciting for us. And you can go through Georgia Core's Facebook page to listen to any of the archived presentations that you might want to review or share with others. And please do invite your friends to join us. I'm going to spend just a moment reviewing what we talked about last week with regard to mindfulness, and I hope you'll see how this practice, each session is building on the next. So as a reminder, mindfulness is a way to integrate body, mind, and spirit in the present moment and to rest the mind in a neutral state, which is what meditation allows us to do so beautifully, and to let go of the biases and judgments that may cling to us as part of being human. Mindfulness is a way to cleanse ourselves of any toxic emotions and create a channel for beneficial experiences that we so long for. So the mindfulness practice is a vital building block of your meditation program, and I hope you'll find it to be so as you continue with this work. Today, we're going to talk about compassion, and we have a couple of resources to share. They're listed on the Facebook page. Karen Armstrong's book, 12 Steps to a Compassionate Life, is a wonderful resource. Though compassion is intrinsic to human beings, it is not an automatic process, and it does take cultivation and dedication. So 12 Steps to a Compassionate Life could be an important resource for you. And yes, it is modeled after the 12 Steps program of Alcoholics Anonymous. The book that I'll be using for our affirmation today is an extraordinary one by a Benedictine nun whose name is Joan Chittister, and it's called Aspects of the Heart. And I commend this to your review. I'm going to use an affirmation from Joan's book, and I invite you to begin with your slow breathing now. Just make yourself or call to mind your awareness of your breath, and then expand your awareness into your chest and belly as you listen to the affirmation, and this will prepare us for meditation. Compassion brings us in touch with one another, finds the light in each of us, and brightens the world with universal understanding. That's our affirmation for today. Now, when I read Chittister's book, one of the things that impressed and touched me so was that she says that the world cannot heal itself, only compassion can. And so that means we as humans are called to heal the world. And that's something that we're longing for profoundly right now. I see evidence of it every day. The great lesson in life that she points out to us is that none of us is here for ourselves alone. We're interdependent. That's the nature of being human. And remembering, hearkening back to our mindfulness practice, this compassion must be universal, not selective. It's for us to share with ourselves and one another. And compassion, therefore, will grow exponentially based on our willingness to open our hearts to compassion and share that with each other. And the building block that I mentioned of mindfulness is so important here, because mindfulness is what allows us to accept everything from a neutral position and then engage our hearts and share our compassion. It's a fundamental part of self-care, and as those involved in cancer care, members of the cancer care team or professional community, we're exposed to a lot of things that call forth our compassion. And remember that we must treat ourselves, learn to love ourselves, and treat ourselves with compassion before we're really able to share this with others. It's true that this is a human quality, compassion, but not exclusively. For any of you who have had pets, I remember when our daughter would be upset and go to her room and jump on her bed, the first person to get on the bed with her was her dog, Maeve. Um, Animals can feel compassion as well, and sometimes can be a great example for us. But this is going to require diligence on our part as humans. And through this work, we're assured by Chittister and others that we can help change the world through our compassion and through our shared humanity. So, as you go about your week, I invite you to think about an opportunity that you've had to experience and share compassion and what that meant to you. Because I had the advantage of preparing for this session, I have a personal story to share about this recently, maybe a couple of months ago. So I have the good fortune to serve in a foot clinic at my church in downtown Atlanta, and this is for homeless men. And I had, we call him a guest, whose feet I washed and whose bunions or calluses I rubbed, and whose dirty socks I disposed of and provided clean socks, and whose toenails I trimmed. And, I just had a few minutes to listen to his story and kind of catch up on what was going on with him. He'd spend that night in the homeless shelter. And he told me how much he appreciated it, and he thanked me. And then he paused and he said, who takes care of your feet? And it was such a touching moment. He had received something that was beneficial to him, and he wanted me to have the same experience. And that was a holy moment for me, and one that I've reflected on 100 times over the last couple of months, even though I hate to say that I don't remember his name. You'll have your own stories of compassion, and you may choose to make notes of those if you like to journal. That's a great thing to do. And reflect on compassion as we move into our meditation. So I'll call to mind again our affirmation, and your body will remember how to breathe slowly and fully in through your nose and out through your mouth, observing the rise and fall of your chest and belly. After I read the affirmation, I'll ring our angel bell, and then we'll be silent, meditating together for 10 minutes. Then you'll hear the bell and the sound of my voice calling us back together. The affirmation: compassion brings us in touch with one another, finds the light in each of us, and brightens the world with universal understanding. Meditation beginning now. We've just completed 10 minutes together of silent meditation. I hope you're feeling a little more comfortable with this practice and that you'll have the opportunity to use this throughout the week. You're welcome to join us. In fact, I encourage you to do so on Facebook Live on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. And if you choose to review the prior sessions or share them with friends or those who you think may be interested, you may also do that through Facebook, connecting to Georgia Core. I look forward to hearing from you if you have any comments or suggestions, and wish you a wonderful week full of compassion, which will grow as you learn your compassion practices and put these to work with your family, your friends, your colleagues, your loved ones, and even with those whom you don't know personally. Blessings to each of you. Have a great week. See you soon.